Jack. 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 There we go. We do some progressive house today, and probably not too much commentary. Just working on a new remix. My proper camera's not working for some reason. I'm gonna try and fix it right now. Give me 1 sec. Just did my studio. I did some carpet. Have art, table, management system going on. So all right. For some reason, my camera's not working. I'm not sure why. Oh, there we go. Had to reset the engine. Oh, maybe not. There we go. And we'll swap this out. Off. And da 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 da. Nope, that's not right. There we go. Much better. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Lakmal? Sorry for the technical I swear, every stream it's technical difficulties, but because I literally unplugged everything yesterday. Let's see, this works. No, it doesn't work. 1 sec. Auto face cam should work. No. Oh. So I got some new stuff. I got some new art. So really beautiful photo. And then I got this go with it. Japanese artist Kasamatsu Shiro. I'm gonna put both of those up behind my wall tomorrow when I get the I ordered some like sticky tacks I'm gonna put up on the wall so that they're not putting holes in the wall. And then my friend Leah Marie, she's a DJ from Australia, she got me this for my birthday. Where is it? Ugh! This right here. This is so hard to do. Lost and found vinyl of Guy J's EP. So really, really nice too. And then my new carpet, new rug. It's kind of hard to see, but it is snakes, which is really cool. Way better than the one I had before. So the studio is here. I'll just move out of the way here. Super happy with that. Really comfy. Yeah, thank you. Does the stream look choppy at all, and do I sound okay? Might as well get started now. I'm gonna swap out here. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. I'm gonna get started with some music. So let me share my screen. Oh, other way. Here. So. I'm going to turn on my mic for the most part. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll reply periodically, but I just want to use my monitors for a little while, so I'm not going to talk too much unless you're asking questions and chatting. So. There's a new remix I just started last night. Another one for Austin Leeds and Danko Skystone. It's called Peace of Mind. This one is called it's BS Jungle, and this is, I tweaked it a little bit, but it's TPS Aura. S Aura. Serum resets, and then it's Jungle. What? I'm trying to remember. TPS Aura. That one is by the Producer School. Yeah, really nice preset. Thanks. Gonna make this groove twice as long, and the second one's gonna have a longer note here, so it goes cut here, and then here it'll be another one. Yeah, that sounds. How you doing, Resindu? How you guys liking the vibe so far in this? And please let me know if the stream starts lagging or anything. I just want to make sure that the stream looks good. Yep, Leandro, I'll keep the stream up for at least a few days. I'll probably leave it up for forever, but yeah, it should be up for at least a few days, so you can watch it after. Bsim? I don't know how to pronounce your name. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks, Hoban. What face am I making? I don't even want to know. Also, I should probably move this down a little bit. There we go. That's too much. More just for the show, right? Like I guess I can make that a little bit smaller too. Come on. Whee! That's better. I don't think this one synth is supposed to be on. I'm gonna turn that off. There we go. I think that was a double up of one of the stems. I don't think I'm going to use that, but maybe I'll use it after. The bass line's pretty full already. Thanks for joining the chat, Hobbin. Always a pleasure to have you here. The progressive scene in Berlin is not very good. We have a couple clubs, like we have Katerblau, which plays like down-tempo stuff, 110 to 120 maybe. Tantum just played there 2 weekends ago. I was there with him and Leah, and yeah, it was good. It was just there's not much of that. I'm playing in Berlin for the first time, believe it or not, in May, and me and Leah Marie, Phil Antonio, Michael Ritter, Stefan Moodfreak, the owner of Yomo Records. I'm trying to get us together to make a progressive night at one of the clubs here. So we're going to try and push progressive a little bit because the people in Berlin like progressive. They really do. But not enough people do it. Like when you play progressive here, people tend to like it. As long as you're catering properly to the crowd. But it's just getting those bookings is really difficult. There's only like Ritter Butska that does like Darren Epsilon stuff. They do like progressive, but it's more melodic house and techno. Like Rausch House plays there all the time. Darren Epsilon, Miss Monique plays there. Then you have Watergate, where you have like Guy Manser plays pretty often. Township Rebellion. It's more that style of progressive here. So for deep style stuff like us, it's not very popular, unfortunately. Greetings, Diego. I might be in Argentina in a few months. I should be in Argentina for my my debut there, so maybe I'll meet you. And how you doing, Seven? Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. Yeah, my new release is in the charts today. It's rising in the charts, so always good when that happens. I don't know. I'm going to try and check right now if this is Austin Leeds from Bedrock. I actually... Yeah, I think it is. Let me check. Maybe not. Oh, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Very cool. Thanks, Ambrosia. I appreciate that. This pad is giving it such an old school deep house vibe, but I don't know if that's what I want. But you know what? It's unique and different, so maybe that's what I'll do. Try and make something a little bit different. Right? Like it's very old school, old deep house. Without it, it might sound a little bit more driving, but I kind of like it. So what do you guys think? With or without that pad? Yeah, like it feels a bit empty without it, but I would definitely put another pad in there. But yeah, it kind of brings the energy down a little bit, but I like it. And I mean, I like pushing the envelope a little bit, making things that I wouldn't necessarily make. So I think I'm going to try it out. But I am going to take out the lead, which is number 26. This stem here is great. All the stems that they provided are great. Especially this lead stem. It works so well on the track. so many parts of this lead that are changing that are there to use, but I'm really feeling this like deep, groovy, like old school vibe. I'm thinking I'm gonna keep it like the breakdown like pretty full on with the drums and stuff, so that it's like a nice earlier vibe of a track. Like it's not gonna be like a peak time track, but it has still a lot of high energy. So it's gonna be like a mid set track. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it so far. Takes a totally different vibe there, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use that open synth, but it does sound really nice, so I'll come back to it for sure. It's not really the style I'm going for, so I don't know. It's taking it up too much, I think. Not sure how I'm going to transition into the last part of the track, if I'll have the melody or if I'll just go right to the groove. Right now it's not working. It's kind of changing the vibe a little bit too much. So I'm going to keep playing around with it and see. But I want it to be a little bit more progressive, so I'm going to keep working on it. Maybe something like that could work. Maybe build up the track a bit more with the melody, take it out, and then drop back into the drop without the melody. Thanks, Aldo. Not usually. I don't use hardware at all, except for my MIDI keyboard, which I have below me. I don't have any hardware stuff, no. I find that it disrupts my workflow a little bit. I've just never used hardware, so if I use it, it takes me out of the flow a little bit. I would like to get some eventually, but it's just not really a necessity for me right now. Not sure about this vibe. Something's battling a little bit. Like, I think these pads are just a little bit too like deep house sounding, and the lead is sounding very progressive, so I don't think it's working very well. I'm trying to find a happy balance. Yeah, I think going to that groove would be sick. Just like coming back in, taking the prog away, and then just going into that hard groove. Just need to give my ears a sec for a little break. Any questions from anybody? Womp, 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 womp. Liking the groove so far a lot. I'm liking the overall idea. Sounding pretty good. But I want to make it all fit a bit better. Feel more professional and more organic and, you know, just some more work. That's all. I'm actually going to put my headphones on because that's a good way of getting a different perspective on things. Hey, thanks, John. Welcome. I do streams like this every couple weeks, and then I do a feedback stream every end of the month. But yeah, these are random, these streams, but welcome. Not gonna lie, this remix turned out a lot different than I thought it would. Much darker than I anticipated. What is that? Making that noise. Oh, this here. I don't like that, but I want to, like, randomly. That'd be cool. That randomly throughout the track. Jad, how are you doing? Then we do something bigger here that like makes sense, like the vocal, that vocal at, oh, I need to turn back is bring it lower than 8. Or really focus on that groove a lot would be cool. I'm gonna try it without this pad and see how it sounds. That sounds really good too. Where'd those ones go? Those drop synth. Where are the drop synths? These ones. Yeah, I don't know. This definitely darkens it up a bit, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make like two versions. Who knows? It just. I don't know if I want that pluck in behind though, because it might be distracting. Might be too much. Let's see. I think it's too much. Like, I think it's nice for the breakdown, but maybe I'd take it out and just put the very first wall here. And to answer your question, Achilles, the difference between deep progressive house and other progressive house is that progressive house is more of like an umbrella term. It's kind of like techno, right? There's techno, but then there's hard techno, industrial techno, IDM, like deep techno. Like, there's different genres. And with progressive house, if I were to tell somebody, yeah, I make progressive house, that could mean I make stuff like this. I make stuff like Eric Prydz. I make stuff like Deadmau5. I make stuff like Hardwell, Martin Garrix, right? So it's a way of showing people that I make I make stuff that's deep. It's progressive, melodic, but it's deep. So Guy J, Guy Mansour, Hernan Cattaneo, Nick Warren, Sabandrio, Alex O'Ryan, Casper Coleman, like, these are the types of vibes that we create. Raphael, interested in this sound lately? Thank you. Cheers from Brazil. I don't know if it's too dark now. Do you think it's too dark? I'll try bringing the pad back in to lighten it up a bit. You know what? I think that works. I think... Oh. I need a kill switch for that delay. It's driving me crazy. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna put a kill switch on this. Ready? Boop. And then do K for kill. And then... Boom. Okay. So... I think that sounds really nice. I think that... building up to that, it should be a bigger build, like a much bigger build. Drop out the melody, really emphasize how powerful this drop is going to be, and then when it comes in, it's just like, bang. Yeah, no problem. Nope, never too dark. Sounds so good. Thanks. Biscuit Delicious. What a great name. Oh, by the way, everybody, let me see if I can go ahead and log in here. If it'll work. I started my own channel for... I just type it in. I started my own channel for my YouTube channel, like my personal YouTube. So I'm going to be doing a personal YouTube for like streams, for music, mixes and stuff. So it's going to be my actual artist account, not my Dowden Production Academy account. So I'm going to type it in right here. And if you want to give me go subscribe to that one, that would be great. I think it's this. You will be my first subscribers. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I figured I might as well start one that's just for my own music. Because I don't want to convolute my production academy with streams. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Shoot. Dowden Official, isn't that what it is? One sec, I'll put the right link. But I'll probably be doing just like live streams there. Like live streams like I'm doing here. Maybe it's not technically a channel yet. Trying to find, there we go. Trying to find the proper link. Oh, I don't know if I can have a proper link yet. That's why. Okay. There we go. That's definitely why. One sec. I realize now why the link doesn't work. Because I'm not verified yet. I don't have enough subscribers to be verified, so I just have to put my... There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. There's a proper link. Darren, how are you? Try that link. That should work. Yeah, so I don't know. I might just do like mixes on there. I don't know if I'm gonna upload mixes onto my Dowden Production Academy channel. I don't really think that's the place for it, but I might. Who knows? I'm just gonna start the channel now, get some subscribers, and you know, maybe just do some live streams, more personal live streams, vlogs, things like that. Maybe on that channel. We'll see. Yeah, see, that doesn't sound good. What artist do I take inspiration from? I take inspiration a lot from Guy J, Jeremy Olander, GMJ and Matter, Mike Risch, John Kasani, the big one for me for sure. I love his stuff. Who else? Geek Bear makes really good music. It's not really my style, but I get influenced from that. Simply City makes good music. Nikki and Kalo, lots and lots of artists. You've got a great tune over here. Thank you. Try and finish up this build. I want to make this build pretty big. Do I saturate my leads? Yes, I do. 99% of the time. Need that sound right here coming in earlier, so it's like I love this sound because the sound itself is like this, and then I stretched it so it's like twice as fast, and then I put this LFO on it and it makes this really cool, super nice. So if I bring this in again here, then just filter it in for this part. Then we will build up even more. Oh, those aren't supposed to be there. I forgot to take those out. Yeah, these all should not be here. I don't want to use them for that part, I don't think. Maybe just like a one shot like that. But I don't want to use them for the drop or anything. I'll just get rid of this and then just go this. Try that. Yeah. I think it's a little bit too much feedback on there. Maybe these are hitting too often. So maybe take that out. To do this, John, you press the 0 key and disables it without deleting it. I don't think I need that one either. How you doing, Mason? Thanks for joining. Sounding pretty good. What more do I want to do with it here? I like the placement of that snare roll there. I think I'm going to keep it that way. Where was it? Yeah, there. Maybe not there, or maybe this one can be a higher pitch or something. Okay, so that one will go like that. So this one will be, where is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and after. I'm gonna grab this. This. Here. No, not there. Go into the build here. Ooh, that drop sounds so good. I think I should probably wait longer to bring in these pads again. I'm gonna try it again, see what you guys think. Or is it too long? I feel like it's maybe too long before something else comes in. Maybe if I put this little low sounding thing here. Try it one more time. Or maybe I can filter up into it so it's not just coming in right away. Hola, yes one. Yes one? I think I pronounced that right. There's also the vocal I could bring in there. Too much? It might be too much. It might just be kind of cheesy, like kind of a cop-out. You know what I mean? Do I go back into the lead or not? Might be too long if I do. Probably be too long. Yeah, I agree, Mason. It's just sometimes vocals feel like so much of a cop-out. Messed up here. But why is there no bass there? Zico, is that how you pronounce it? Oh boy, we got a lot of people in here speaking different languages. um, so the question was, what advice do you have for someone with a desire for becoming a progressive house producer? Just knowing that they love progressive house music, the love they possess for progressive house music is out of this world. I'm gonna turn on my face for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the real answer is that it's really hard to get into music production. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, and it takes a long time. It's very difficult. It's very frustrating at times. It's very disappointing at times. Sometimes it's even depressing, but it's also extremely rewarding, extremely fun. It builds your confidence. It's something that I'm very passionate about, obviously, and it's been very, very helpful to me in so many ways. Sometimes I've wanted to give up, but I'm the type of person that never gives up on anything that I want. So I've met a lot of people who give up. I've met a lot of people who start for a week, a month, a year, 5 years, even 6, 7, 8 years, and then they give up. And it is daunting, it is frustrating, and it's difficult sometimes. But if you just keep working at it, you will get to the point that you want to get to. Whether it's your hobby, you want to make music for yourself, or you want to tour the world, if you keep pushing towards that goal, you will get there. Or at least you should get there if you do all the things that you need to do. That's the more real answer. It takes a lot of hard work, thousands of hours of hard work. You have to enjoy your journey along the way. If you don't enjoy it along the way, and you're just waiting for that end result of touring and playing shows and getting signed to big labels, if you just want that, you're going to give up, because you're not going to get there overnight. It takes years of practice to get to that point. I'm still working towards that point, and it's been 10 years. So the simple answer is that it takes a long time. It takes a lot of hard work to get to where you want to be. But the good thing is that it's very fun. It's very exciting. Every time you beat a new challenge, every time that you write a new song that you're happy with, it is the best feeling ever. The amount of times I would just be so ecstatic figuring out the simplest thing, or writing a song and writing a melody or writing a groove, and just feeling that amazing feeling is so worth it. So don't get me wrong, as difficult as it can be, it is so worth it. Just went on a little bit of a tangent there. But the question was the advice. Basically, the advice for someone with a desire to start is that it is going to be a long journey, and it's going to be a lot of ups and downs for sure. But your best bet on learning music production well is to, there's a couple things. One is to, in no particular order, one is to have an idea of what you want to make in mind. So think about the type of music that you want to make. Is it deep house? Is it progressive house? Is it techno? If you don't know yet, that's okay. But just think of a general idea. And then you want to think of a few different artists that you want to sound like. This can change. This has changed for me 20, 30 times. This has changed. But at least it gives you an idea of how to start writing music like somebody else, which is very helpful. I didn't do that. I was trying to write music that was different and unique from the get-go. I didn't know what style I wanted. I didn't know the sound I wanted or any of that. And it took me a lot longer to learn than it would have if I knew somebody to kind of aim towards. Because I was just focusing on different things that weren't really pushing my career forward or pushing my skills forward. So focus on the sound that you want and try to go for that. The other piece of advice I have is kind of serving myself a little bit here, but to hire somebody like me to help you. So you can do online courses. I have online courses for beginners and advanced producers. I teach as well. So I do coaching, and we do video calls, and I teach you how to improve. I teach a lot of people, and they improve a lot faster with the help of someone like me or someone else. And it really speeds up the process. And if you have friends in the industry, lean on them, ask them for their help. If they're willing to give it, it's super helpful to have people that already know what they're doing tell you what you're doing wrong and show you the way. because when I started, I didn't have YouTube videos to watch. I mean, there was YouTube videos out there, uh, and I was watching them, but they weren't like they are today. There wasn't so many, and there wasn't so much information. I had to learn everything myself, and it took a lot longer. But being able to ask somebody questions and have them look at what you're doing and figure out what you're doing wrong and improving what you're doing is definitely super helpful in helping you improve quickly. And the third thing, or the last thing, is just to make sure that you're enjoying the process. I know I already said that, but if you don't enjoy the process, it's going to be so much less enjoyable all around. Even when you get those successes, you're going to feel like you're entitled to them instead of earning them. And if you don't earn those successes, they're not going to feel good. If you feel entitled, like you should just be getting to that next point and you're just waiting for it to happen, when it finally happens, it won't feel as good as it would when you're working towards that goal and it's not the end goal. It's just part of your process. I hope that makes sense. Yes, that's a good point, Mason. Get used to rejection and criticism. Um, I won't dive too much into this, but basically, yeah, you're gonna get frustrated and disappointed a lot with people rejecting your music, and that's okay because everybody has different tastes. There's songs that I hear that I absolutely love, and I show them to people, and they don't love them. And there's songs that I hear people that they love, and it doesn't do it for me, right? Like, music is so subjective. So even though you could be writing the best song you've ever written and send it to a label that you 100% are certain they're gonna take it, and they say no, it hurts, but you have to learn to be okay with that and understand that just because it's something that you're proud of and you're happy with doesn't mean that it fits their idea of what they want to represent, and that's okay. And that's just the nature of it. So you have to understand, you have to get familiar with rejection and being okay with sending your music out to people and the idea that they're not going to like it. Oh, lots of comments here. It is a lifelong thing. um It's weird. If you just want to start making music for yourself, it is wonderful. The best and worst decision for me was thinking I was okay enough to try and make this for a living, and sometimes it's hell now. Yeah, Ambrosia. It's I'm so happy to be able to do music full time. It took me a long time to get here and a lot of hard work. I was working 40 hours a week, coming home working 3-4 hours per night every night, Saturdays, Sundays, and then I took basically a year off and worked 60 to 70 hours a night on my music, my production courses, my Patreon, my YouTube channel, everything. I spent about a year and a half actually, not making any money, just living off my savings, working part-time jobs where I could, uh, you know, for a year and a half after 3 years of working my butt off at two jobs. Uh, and I'm happy where I am now. It's really exciting, but it takes a lot to get there, especially these days when no one's buying music anymore and streaming is horrendously low payment. Um, yeah, it's very true that if you try to just like get to the end game, like your end goal, like my end goal is to be, I mean, there is no end goal really, but my end goal would be to getting signed to the biggest labels and playing the biggest shows, right? But I want to play the small shows. I want to play the smaller, intimate venues. I want to have those stepping stones of releases because that's so exciting. Like, I just signed a track to Soundgarden. That was a goal of mine. I signed a track to Sudbeat. That was a goal of mine. I'm glad that it took so much hard work to get there because when it finally happened, it was like, yes, I earned this. I spent so much time working on this and I finally got there. If somebody walked up to me and was like, hey man, I'm going to sign you to Anjuna for free. You don't even have to send in a track. I'll just throw your name on a track and you'll be signed to them. I wouldn't do it because I didn't earn that. I didn't work towards it. And I would be like, well, I mean, the smart thing to do would be say yes. And the business side of things would be to say yes. But I wouldn't want to because I didn't earn that. And I wouldn't feel good about that. Right? So it's about getting to that point slowly. Well, it doesn't have to be slow, but getting to that point and earning it. You know, someone like John Summit is somebody who blew up overnight, basically, which almost never happens anymore. But he's so humble and he's loving the process because he worked his butt off before that. He had a YouTube channel, he had so many releases, and he was dedicated to making music. And now that he's where he is, he's not taking it for granted, and you can see that he's so real and raw, and I love that about him. Mason says, learn the basics of YouTube or online class. Once you get to a certain level, get one-on-one coaching. That's the quickest way. Pick a style and learn it. Don't try to break the rules until you know how to. Absolutely. Or you know how the rules. You know the rules. Yes, absolutely. That's the best way. I have, I'm not trying to keep selling myself, but I have a beginner course. And when I made that beginner course, I was thinking, what would be the best thing to make for a beginner? And so when I did that, I just chose everything you have to learn as a beginner. Not the most exciting stuff. You would probably rather be writing music, but in the course, it's like, this is an EQ. This is how it works. This is a compressor. This is how it works. Because you're going to have to learn that stuff anyways. So if you can learn the basics, how an EQ, and don't worry about compression for a long time, but if you can learn how an EQ works, how to make, plucks, how to make pads, how to make lead sounds, all those things, they take time and they take a lot of practice. But if you learn how to do those things first, it'll be more fun when you're writing music, because when you're writing music and then you have to stop and be like, oh man, this sounds bad, but I don't know why. And you start messing around with things like EQ and reverbs and stuff, and you don't know how they work, you're going to kill your creativity. So it's good to learn those things first. Learn the absolute basics first, and then work towards learning how to write music or playing around more. Of course, play and test out some presets and whatever. But if learning is your goal, then definitely, or if like getting good is your goal, then definitely learn the basics first. And sound design is not important as a beginner. It's important, obviously, but not as a beginner. Focus on using presets and then using EQs and different tools and getting familiar with them before you start worrying about sound design, because that's much more difficult. But once you learn those things, sound design makes more sense because of filtering and things like that. And then once you get past the very beginner stage, maybe 3 to 6 months, 8 months of toying with stuff, then you can start to either hire a coach, or, I mean, you can do that at any point too, but you can start to write tracks. And once those tracks are written, someone like me can go in and say, oh, well, your kick sounds really good, but your drums don't sound good, and your bass doesn't sound good, and your lead sounds really good. So let's focus on the drums and the bass because they don't sound good, right? Everybody learns differently and gets better at certain things faster. Bok says, I love EANP style. Me too. Raphael says, good to hear that if you're into production for a decade. Sometimes we tend to think that it's not going to happen quickly, but definitely not. That things are going to happen quickly. Yeah, I've been doing it over a decade, and it's scary to think about. When I was starting 12 years ago, I was like, or more, 13 or 14 years ago, I was like, oh man, in 5 years, I'm going to be touring. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be, even 5 years ago, I was like, oh man, next year is when it's going to happen. And then a year after that, oh man, next year is going to happen. 2 years ago, next year is going to be my year. No year has been my year yet. This is the best year I've had, for sure. And it's only January. It's only February. It still doesn't feel like my year, but every year has gotten just 10% better. 10% better, 10%. And I've learned to accept that and appreciate that. And once I started getting to a point where I was happy with my music, it didn't matter anymore, because I was enjoying everything. So yeah, I would love to be playing bigger events. I would love to get booked more. I'd love to be signing more music, but I'm okay with where I am and I'm enjoying it, and I know it'll come. But to get to that point was a lot of work. Start recreating other people's stuff. Yep, once you learn how to do that. Alvin says, I can relate to this so much. When I signed to Subbeat last year, I literally couldn't stop myself from tears. Yeah, man. I know exactly what you mean. I remember the first time I got support from Marcus Schultz and Guy Barone. I was like at a hotel buffet, and I literally like shed a tear, because it was like I was such huge fans of Guy and Marcus Schultz, and to see that they played my music was insane. And now that happens every time I release a track. People like Guy play my music, and Marcus Schultz play, and Hernan Cattaneo, like these people that I never thought would play my music in a million years are playing my music regularly, and it's just par for the course now. It's crazy, and it's so exciting. And well done, Hobbin. You've grown so much. Your music is really, really good. I'm very proud of you. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with these comments. Sorry, I'm talking so much. I hope that's okay that we're not listening to the music anymore. Let's see, where am I? Just finished my first track this week after dreaming about doing it, but being stuck in loops for over 30 years. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that happens. That definitely happens, but that's okay. You know, everybody works differently. You're just a bedroom producer and love playing you guys' tracks. Well, thank you for playing our tracks. And you know, if that's what you want to do, that's absolutely fine. The fact that seeing how much you can change, evolve, progress in time as a producer is super fun. Definitely. What got me over the line was watching stuff like this and creating my favorite tracks. Dowden's Capricorn was the first track that got me over the line. Oh, thank you. Like, what do you mean got you over the line? Like watching how I made it in my video? Ambrosia, wanted to join apprentice tier and eventually get a class from you, but I want to utilize your time and knowledge on something worthwhile. Do classes carry over? Yeah, not for Patreon. Patreon, you only get the 30 minutes per month and they don't carry over. But if you do sign up for monthly coaching, then yes, I can carry over a couple hours each month if you need to. I try not to do too many. Like if somebody has 4 or 8 hours and they only book 1 or 2, I can't have 3 or 4 or 5 months stacked of 5 or 7 or 8 hours every month. But if you are on the bronze or the silver and you have a couple hours that you missed here and there, I keep track of them and we'll do them eventually. But yeah, the Patreon, the apprentice, you can just get 30 minutes. It's good for feedback as well. Like if you're doing like a feedback session, you have tracks and stuff, then 30 minutes is all you need to do the feedback. So, and Broach is just asking about my Patreon apprentice. So my Patreon has the lower tier, the middle tier, and then 2 higher tiers. And one of the higher tiers is $25 per month, and it comes with a 30-minute call with me. And there's only a few spots left, but it's a good way to get feedback and stuff, and just do like a short one-on-one video call with me just to ask some questions. I was that until a few years ago. 20 years of making loops here and there. Just decided to give it a proper go, fitting it in an everyday schedule. Should have done it earlier. Yeah, that's something that, you know, it's very easy to look back and say I should have done it earlier. You know, I could have said that too. I could have started when I was 5 years old. But we can't look at it that way, because if we would have started then, maybe we wouldn't even be where we are now. Maybe we would have given up if we started earlier, right? Sticking with it, man. It's so difficult to get out of the loop. If you don't build the process, get out of the loop as quick as possible. And love you, my man, from Holland. Love you too, brother. As I told you numerous times, you are a huge part of my journey, and I appreciate you so much for that. I appreciate that very much, man. I really do. That means so much. Dowden, Zahand, and Lotus students both hugely influenced my focus. I'm so grateful for creatives like them. Thank you. Really excited to start the one-on-ones and coaching with you this month. It's been a step I've been wanting to take for a while. Yeah, awesome, Joseph. I'm looking forward to those as well. And yeah, Lotus Tunes is great too. I've been loving his channel. He's been putting out some awesome stuff. I'm not familiar with Zahand. I'm not too familiar with, but I got 20 minutes left here. Let's do some more music, unless anybody else has any other questions. All right. Oh, it's the same guy. Oh, okay. Oh, Zahand at Lotus Tunes. I thought he said and Lotus Tunes. Yeah, I don't love the vocal there. I feel like it's a cop-out, you know? Like it's just a vocal again. So I'm going to take that out. Thanks, Mason. Appreciate it. Speaking of which, I just got a new monthly student. That's exciting. They just signed up. I feel like there's just not enough there. I think I'm missing something here in this drop. Palms or something? Yeah, I'm missing something. What am I missing? This one here. Oh, that's just for there. I don't need that. Nirmal, how are you? Oh, that's loud. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it. Tyler, just everyone give a round of applause for Tyler. I don't know how you can do it. Let's see. Can we do this inside of the chat? How do you search? I want to put a clapping emoji. There we go. Leave etch. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, John. You can leave etch vocal in. Okay, and try Tantra. Okay, let me try it. It kind of sounds better with this in, but I think it's just too much. I don't know. I'll come back to that. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of progress today. It's, you know, this is one of those situations where I'm gonna come back tomorrow or the next day and listen to it. I'm gonna be like, oh man, this needs to be changed and this needs to be changed. Happens all the time, right? You come back after working on a track for so long, and just like so many things you change right away. This isn't be here. Hi, Juliana. I hope your set was good last night. You know what? I just got a message from my editor, and he's having a problem with my video, so I am gonna head out. I should have a new video coming out very soon. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on doing some more content for the YouTube channel as well. If you have any ideas, you can always let me know. But basically, I am going to put out hopefully one. It probably won't be tomorrow. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but I have how to make music like Lane 8 coming out tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully not on Wednesday, but it could be that long. So it depends if my editor can get stuff back. Hey, Arrow, sorry, bad timing. I'm just about to leave, but thanks everybody for hanging out. Gonna go eat some dinner now as well. Good session. Very good session. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the love. Appreciate it. Thanks, Mason, for hanging out. Diana, John, Tyler, Corbin, Joseph, everybody. I'll see everybody next time. Make sure to thanks, Steve. Great track so far in the chat was great. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. Make sure to check in next time I do the stream. I'm probably gonna have this track basically finished, and I have 2 more remixes that I'm working on, and then I'm gonna focus on some original tracks. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next time.